There's some crazy shit going on in the world of plastic surgery, and on this video I'm going to count down the 5 most insane plastic surgery procedures being performed today. Plastic surgery isn't just boob jobs and facelifts. There are strange and crazy surgeries being performed all across the country that really probably shouldn't be. And I'm going to count down the 5 most insane ones in this video today. Would you like to look like the elf Legolas from Lord of the Rings with his pointy elf ears? Well, if you would, you are not alone. The procedure called elf ear creation is something that apparently is being done across the country. Essentially what doctors do is they reshape the cartilage of the ear to look pointed like an elf. Now, this isn't a surgery that is necessarily explained and taught at plastic surgery conferences. This is something that's a bit more black market, under the table, and may even be done by body modification experts. And there are some people that claim that having your ear reshaped into an elf ear can actually help you hear better. And believe it or not, in New York City, there supposedly were listening parties where people with elf ears would get together and listen to music together to have this, I guess, great experience, this listening experience together, all with elf ears. Now, people have remarked over the years that my ears are actually kind of pointy. Now, they're not like Spock and that pointy, but maybe I could sneak into one of those. When lay people call a woman stacked, they mean that they have basically large breasts. But in plastic surgery terms, it means something very different. Having stacked breast implants means that you don't have just one implant in each breast, you actually have 2. That means you've got 2 implants in each breast, 4 implants in all. So why would somebody do something so crazy? Well, breast implants come in a maximal size of 800 cc's. And if you want to have larger than that, some doctors will put more than 1 breast implant in each breast. The problem with this is these breast implants are mobile. They're made to move around. And if you've got 2 in each breast, how do you keep them from moving all over the place? And that is not to mention how much that weight can impact shoulder, neck, and back pain, how it can cause the skin to stretch, and how you can get droopy much more quickly with 2 big implants than maybe 1 moderate or smaller size one. So if you're considering breast augmentation, don't stack them. How do you get an impossibly narrow waist? Well, some people are using waist trainers where they're cinching their waist utilizing corsets to try to make the waist really, really thin. Now, this can cause problems with digestion, breathing, and other types of real medical issues. But another way to do that is to remove some of your ribs. Now, this is previously thought of as a bit of an urban legend, but I do believe that this occurs here and there throughout the United States, where plastic surgeons or other types of surgeons will actually remove the bottom ribs from the rib cage to cause the waist to get thinner. And there are certain celebrities who've actually admitted or are rumored to have had it done. So why is this not a good surgery to do? Well, when you remove that rib, it can be very painful, and those ribs are right next to your lungs, and so you can puncture your lung in the process. That's a lot to consider when you just want a thinner waist. So my recommendation, if you're considering rib removal surgery, buyer beware. This surgery is not common, and worst case scenario, you could end up with a deflated lung and a chest tube. Size does matter, or should I say length does matter. There are a lot of ways that men have tried to make their penis larger, from penis pumps to injections of filler into their wiener. But what is probably the most effective way to enlong your schlong? It's penis lengthening surgery. And during this surgery, the suspensory ligament of the penis is cut, allowing the penis to drop and hang a little bit lower. In addition, weights can be attached to the penis to pull the penis longer. Believe it or not, it is true. And you can actually buy weights like this on Amazon. These weights typically weigh at least 10 pounds, and you need to wear them for several hours each day, oftentimes for several months. So is it worth all of this to add an inch or 2 to the length of your Johnson? Well, in my opinion, probably not. But hey, That's me saying it. So we've covered 4 of the most insane plastic surgeries. What is the number 1 most insane plastic surgery? How would you like to be a couple inches taller? Well, you ask most men and some women and they'll say, sure, why not? Well, it is possible with limb lengthening surgery. The problem with this operation is it hurts like hell. During this surgery, an osteotomy is performed of the bones, typically of the lower leg. That means that those leg bones are sawed in half. An external fixator is then screwed into those bones and it acts kind of like a scaffold. And then you turn that external fixator a little bit each day, and that causes that bone to separate 1 millimeter a day. Now, new bone then grows into that gap called osteogenesis, and this causes a bone to effectively lengthen, literally 1 millimeter a day. It takes about 2 to 3 months to get the length that most people are looking for with this operation. Sounds kind of scary, right? Well, it is. It is scary. You're breaking the freaking bones of your legs and you're sticking screws in them and you're separating them. Literally at home, typically people actually turn that screw at home that millimeter a day. It appears to be a really painful operation, and the thing that I would worry about is infection. If you get that bone infected and you develop osteomyelitis, all sorts of bad stuff can happen to you. So if you really need to get a little bit taller, then there are some real board-certified orthopedic surgeons doing this in the United States. But I really would caution you on having this done overseas, especially in a third world country where you don't know their medical system very well, because this is a big operation and you do not want to get a major complication from it. These are the types of operations that could cause you to end up on the TV show Botched. Now, I have reacted to numerous episodes of Botched, people who've had surgeries that will absolutely blow your mind. Take a peek at this playlist that I created for you right up here where I react to some of these episodes. And if you've been enjoying these videos, please hit the subscribe button, and remember, eat real food, use clean skincare, and only consider actual plastic surgery as a last resort.